all agree tonight, all of the speakers have agreed that America has a very serious problem. Not only does America have a very serious problem,
Sean is free, guys.
a very serious problem. America's problem is
it really ain't the rap audience that's bugging. It's one or two suckers.
Hello, everyone. This is Storage Podcast, which stands for Sons Taken Away Remains Remembered Sincerely, A Mother's Love. And I'm your host, Story Nicole. So today we have a special guest. We'll be talking about domestic violence, which we need to spread it all over because you see stuff in movies and stuff like that, but it's real life. So I'll be speaking to the victim in this case. Her name is Ciara Polson, and her mom is Carlotta Brown. So we'll be talking today about her baby. Okay, so your daughter growing up, how was she? Like, how was her demeanor? And
well, to know her was to love her. You know, I ain't gonna say she's a perfect angel now. She do have her moments and stuff. But Ciara, she was a good person. You know, she was just like the average cancer, like her son was, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, she was a good person. To know her was to love her. And those that was in her circle, she would go above and beyond for her. So
that's how cancers are.
Yeah. So I mean, they had their moments, but cancers are one of the most lovable signs that are out
kind
there.
hearts.
Yeah.
So my daughter and my grandson, they're July though. But your daughter's birthday is the 24th of June, right?
Yes.
Okay. I remember when I hit you up on Facebook, it was
her
birthday, and I was like, I felt so bad, I didn't know.
Yes, ma'am.
But I really wanted. I'm glad that you were able to. So you found me on Facebook or through a group? Village of Love, or
I think it was. What was it? It was something. You know, I was getting on all these little things they have on Facebook. You know, so I could intervene with other parents that's going through the same thing. Well, not even just so much appearance. A mother that lost their daughter to domestic violence, but just parents that lost their children.
Because we could relate. Only we could relate. I feel like outsiders, like I have friends from when I was born, basically, like, you know, from way back, and they can't relate to me. I haven't really been as close, you know.
I feel the same way, to be honest, because honestly, my biggest fear was to ever, I'm pretty sure that's any parent, any mother.
We don't even think about that.
Yes. So it's just like to actually be a mother and to know this, you know, how this could actually happen to you or your child or whatever. You know, first thing, like, to be honest, how the whole situation happened with my daughter, it happened while we was in the household, while everybody was there. So it was like, even when the homicide detectives came, and they was like, you know, she didn't make it, they still were like so unreal to me. Like, even when they took her body to the medical examiner's office, they had to call me and let me know. I had to, you know, get somebody.
It's so unreal, right?
Yeah, it was so unreal. And I was just like
like, how could it, how? Like, just like that.
Yes, and I was just like in so shocked and disbelief.
Right.
Even with being in the house and knowing
that was going on behind closed doors.
It's just something, I just know the situation in my eyes to a lot of things. I don't look at people the same. I don't view situations the same no more. It made me, you know, it was this one song I heard about this lady that lost her son. And it was like, I can't exactly remember the exact song, but it was like every word in that song was related to like, but I'm like, finally somebody understand. Like, I just can't make this up. If people ain't never been through it, they would never understand.
They will never understand, and it's crazy because they haven't been through it, and after a while, like I keep saying in my interviews, after a while you don't know what to say to the person. But still come around and at least check for the person. They don't know what to say, so they stay away, but you need them the most.
Yes. I mean, not even only that. I mean, If it ain't nothing but just give a hug or just say I'm okay, I'm there for you, or is you okay, or something. I look at that even with my daughter friends. Thank you. I look at that even with my daughter friends because it was like I said, I look at everything totally different. Yeah. Because my daughter's funeral was packed, like people were standing up. Yeah. Her first kind of like visual I had at Barnett Park, there was so many people.
But as time goes on, and little by little they just
everybody just go,
I know
don't even and then the part for me it is okay, yes, you know, I'm the mother, that's one thing. But also when they leave kids behind.
That's it.
And they don't bother to even check up on the kids.
Right.
And I know with my daughter, anybody in her circle, even with my two grandbabies that I have, which are her god kids. Right. I still right now have that same relationship with them.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing changed because, you know, because I know at the end of the day, this was what she
would have been doing, and she would have wanted you to carry that on. Yeah.
So I'm going even harder, even though I just really can't get to the girl like
the
I
mother
get to
yeah.
Like to my grandson.
Okay.
Yeah. So to my grandson because you know I'm always bring him around him. But it's still like I still treat them the same, like if she was still here, you know, even at the funeral, everything, like I see them with her god babies, them with her god kids, we had them all the time.
So they were like her kids?
They were like her kids.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think she did a little bit more for them than she did her own kids, let her kids But, I mean, that's the type of person, it shows what type of person she was and what type of character she had. Yeah. So, it's just like, even with her friends, if they had kids, she was the same way. She loved kids. So, it just even saddens me because not even her quote-unquote so-called friends even be like, well, how the kids do?
Oh, let me check on your other kids.
Yeah, none of that there. It's just like, not only did y'all just abandon me as my mother, y'all abandoned the kids too.
That's all right. So how many kids does she have?
She has
3 children?
Yes. She has 2 girls and 1 boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how old are they now?
They're 13, and the oldest 2 girls, they're gonna be 16 and 17.
Oh, okay. So they're that age that they, okay. I thought they were younger, but yeah.
No, they were old. They were a little older and stuff.
Right.
But her godson, which is my grandson, he's 5, gonna be 6 this month. He was actually there too tonight when it happened.
So how did it happen though? I mean, like, she is a boyfriend or?
Yeah, it was a boyfriend. Remember, but you know, us parents, you can't tell them.
That they live their lives, they're grown.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a boyfriend of hers that she was dealing with, and so prior. Okay, so the story is, to back it up. Okay, so we was planning on moving to Georgia, and so just so happened my dad died. Okay. So we put
it off.
We put it off so we could attend my
and stuff. Yeah.
Right. So just so happened was, So just so happened was at the time. Okay, so this particular night, it was like the day before my daddy's funeral, which was that Thursday night, and obviously, you know, my daughter had no made up in her mind that, you know, she was gonna break up with him. She was gonna break up with him. So not even thinking nothing about it or whatever, you know, because I'm not even knowing, like, really paying attention to what she said. I heard what she said, but I ain't really paying no attention to it. You know, because last me and her talking, she like even when we were up there with us.
Okay, yeah. So you thought it was probably just talk?
Yeah, I thought it was just a talk. So, you know, and then she was like, she was like, Mom, it was me, that baby. Everybody was home. It was me, my mom, my other daughter, her kids, my goddaughter, and my other 2 god babies that was there. So like it was a house of people. Yeah. So we was in the living room. We was talking and stuff. He was in her room. So obviously I'm taking it from as he must have heard the conversation between me and my
Oh,
daughter.
you guys were talking about,
about leaving, cause that.
So he didn't know that she was leaving, or he knew, but
I don't think what I found out recently was, but going through one of my daughter's videos, cause she like she be singing and stuff, and I'm going through one of her videos, I actually seen it where she was singing and he was around when she was singing,
right.
And she actually said it in a little something. She was actually saying, I'm done with him this time, for real. So now, with her repeating it again.
And then y'all talking about it, him hearing
it, yeah. Prior to me not knowing what she said, I read it before she just said it.
Yeah.
So now he's listening. Now, once I'm starting doing all the math and stuff, so now he listening and he hearing her and then telling me that she was done with him. Don't want him no more. Because my daughter was like, we was talking about getting ready for my dad's funeral the next day.
Right.
So my daughter like, Mom, we gonna you like lay in the bed all day. We gonna get up in the morning. We gonna go get our lashes done because I go coming home because I'm got to drop this young nigga off by 12 o'clock. That was
get ready for the funeral and all that stuff. Yeah.
I'm coming. I need to be home so I can drop this boy out at 12 o'clock so we can get ready.
And do your thing, get ready for
right. And she was so excited because this was her first time meeting my daddy's side of the family and all that there.
Yeah.
So just so happened, we sitting there, we talking after she done said that. So obviously he must have texted her. So she got up and she went in the room. Next thing you know, we sitting there and stuff, whatever. Cause now at the time my goddaughter is doing me and my oldest granddaughter hair because we're
putting that back,
But next day, then plus we're leaving when we go to Georgia that Monday.
That week, okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So when we just so happened, so next thing you know, my daughter and him come out the room, and I'm looking at my daughter, and I'm like, I said, so y'all gonna go somewhere? She was like, yeah, we'll be right back, Mom. So now. They left out with me. So now we sitting there and it's so ironic because me and my youngest son, we was on the phone talking. And we were talking about my daughter, my oldest daughter on top of it. And he was like, my daughter supposed to be bringing him some. It was something he wanted. And he was so upset because she didn't bring it to him. Yeah. And he was like, Sierra, get on my nerve. She was like, I said, with Travis, I said, just give her a minute. She'll be there with him or whatnot. He said, nah, well, I want it now. I want it now. But she's that type of she's that type of sister for her sibling. She go on.
She's the middle child, or?
She was the oldest.
She was the oldest, okay.
She was the oldest, yes ma'am. Okay. She was the oldest child, so then at the time, so after me and him got off the phone, then I'm sitting in the chair, my goddaughter started doing my hair. Then thinking her god grandson came in the house because my goddaughter dad was outside. So I guess then her son and his baby
and then came in.
So my daughter came in after the grandson. He went back and got his little toy, started riding his little power wheel and stuff. My daughter came in and she told my goddaughter, she was like, your dad is outside. And she walked in the room. So then after this, I say probably a few minutes, he comes in the house and goes in the room.
Was he like upset or he just went in regular like that?
They're just like, you never would have known anything
happened. Have problems, yeah.
Yeah, right then and there. When I say they covered it real good to not have nobody suspecting anything, right? They did that. And with that being said, so when my goddaughter told my grandson to put his toy up. So the toy where he had it was back there in the back by my daughter's room. So just so happened when he was putting it back, my goddaughter, she was doing my hair. Next thing you know, I heard a pop, a loud gunshot. Because it was a small gun, so it sounded like a loud firework, really. That's what it sounded like. But I remember because me and my daughter was in the car together. This is when I found out that my daughter had a gun. Was when we was in the car together, and we were going to sell a phone, an iPhone, because she had me to upgrade my iPhone. So we had to
going to sell it.
Yeah, so we gonna sell the other
So she
one.
took it, so in case somebody tried to rob
Right,
you.
yeah, she took it just in case somebody tried to rob.
Yeah.
So which furthermore let me know what it was when I heard it.
Right.
So
it was her gun that he.
Yep, and I don't know how he got access to the gun or whatever, but when I heard the noise, you know, like I said, when I heard the noise, like I was doing my hair, and then when I heard first the way my grandson came running from back there,
Right.
we thought that he had dropped something had fell, but I guess the noise. Not even just the noise, but once I found out they owned, the bullet went through the wall.
Oh my God, so it could have hit him.
Yeah, they could have hit him, yes. And then as though he was little, and then like the bullet was like low in the wall. So I'm not, right now to this day, I wonder if you have an admin, you know, I know it messed with him because when he be with me at night and stuff, he dreams about his mama. He always say his godmother Sierras. That's what he calls her, Sierras. And it just like, so when he came, and I know it wasn't something he did,
right?
And I thought about, remember the gun, I jumped up and I went back there and the door was cracked. So I was like, Sierra. And she didn't say nothing. And I know my daughter, she was like, what, Mom? Yeah, what, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yes, Mom, whatever, you know, depending on what type of movie she was in. So I'm like, and she didn't say nothing. So I waited and I looked. I'm like, Sierra. I ain't peeking through the door or anything. I was just, you know, listening. So she didn't say anything again. So, you know, I started to turn around and walk back, but then I stopped.
And then he's like, no, let me go back.
Yeah, I'm like,
So for her not to say anything, that's not like her.
That's not like her.
Right.
So, once again, now this time, I'm going in. Now, I'm like, Sierra, I'm pushing the door open.
He was still there, he went out the window.
He was still there, I'm sorry. He was still there. So, when I'm pushing the door open, he just jumped and tried to close the door back on me, and I pushed it back open, and the way I pushed it open, not knowing she was laying behind the door.
Yeah.
So now I don't kind of like pushed her.
Push her, yeah.
So when I see that, I look. Now, I'm like, okay. I'm thinking. So, you know, I dropped down to the floor with shit. So I'm thinking, I'm like, Sierra. And it was just like, the look in her, like her eyes was half closed. They were like half open, half closed. And you see like where her eyes had rolled in the back of her head. And her tongue was like slightly hanging out of her mouth. But then I know from going to medical school for nursing and medical assistants, I know, you know, I was looking at her chest. And I know I didn't see her chest. So now, and he's still in the room now. So I jumped up and I'm like, you know, you shot my daughter. I cussed with the B word, like, you know, and I grabbed her by the head and I punched it. And I'm like, you shot my daughter. Me, not to mention, and I got up at the time. I seen the gun in his pocket.
For real?
Yes, I did. And I did tell the police that.
And that's crazy that he didn't leave. He just was there like.
He didn't leave right then. He left after I went back down and I like went back down to my daughter and I was like, Sierra. So now I'm back down with her.
Right.
Trying
and he ended up.
Yeah, then he ended up.
Did you yell to everybody else in the family?
I was like, he shot Sierra. And then when he leaving, now I'm trying to get up and chase him. I'm like, nah, where you going?
Right.
So, you know, about my leg being messed up, and my daughter like was washing clothes and stuff. I kind of like slid in some of her clothes that she had. I tried to grab him, but he had got away. So when I did get up, not at the time, now I'm running through. I'm like, he shot Sierra. My mom outside on the phone with 911.
Right.
My goddaughter, she's on the phone with 911. So now I'm going, like I said, I'm in the process. I'm still trying to make my way to the door, but now my goddaughter like, Mom, now the operator wants to talk to you. I'm like,
I don't got time for that right now. Yeah.
The shot and stuff, whatever, but then I was on the phone, they asked me all these questions. I'm like, hey, do you know which way you? I'm trying to find out, just send the police. You know, and I gave the phone back to my goddaughter, so now I'm going out there towards my mom. I hear my mom telling my grandson to come back because he went chasing him with a knife with his mama, and he went chasing him, and I was like, Mom, he got the gun. So that's why my mom was also telling my grandson to come back.
Yeah. So
after that, next thing you know, it was just like, it was a lot of from there. It was chaotic. It was. I recall that night. I told the sheriff talking to the police officer. I said, you know, I always see this on the news and stuff, and never in a million
it would hit home. Never
in a million years.
Never.
Miss Star, never. I would have ever thought that I would have been on that other side of that yellow tape.
Never.
I sometimes still find myself even watching the news like.
My son is December 31st is going to be 10 years for him. And it seems like maybe 2 or 3 years. Like, you know, because his birthday is in April. When that comes around and then the holidays. Like, so you know when people say, oh, with time it gets better. You learn to cope. That's it.
You know, I always wondered what they meant by that. Because I'm still trying to figure out, like, this is what I did. When my daughter died, first, I didn't get to go to the hospital with her when everything happened. Which I felt like my daughter died by herself. Even if she didn't die in the house, I felt like she died by herself because they took that right away from me to go to the hospital with her. So, not even only that, and I was, you know, I've been in denial. I feel like I'm in denial about her being gone. If that make any sense.
Yeah.
Because, you know, honestly, I've done everything to come to terms with her being gone. Yeah. And right now to this day, I'm still like, okay, she comes in this door and says, now this got to be a joke. Like, she come get these kids, she can't be gone too long. Like, this is not what's happening. So, not even only that, so now it comes, the first time I got to see my daughter after her being gone was the viewing for her funeral. And when I went to her viewing and I see her, I mean, she looked way. I got to give the funeral. They did a good job. You know, they were shady too. Yeah, they did it. They won. Yeah, that I feel like my daughter's death was made out of a mockery in so many different ways because yeah, this happened, that happened, but this happened afterward, that happened afterward. It's just like it's so much to like it. I feel like I'm on a roller coaster sometimes or a merry-go-round because it's just like.
I never ended. It's always something.
It's always
it's always something.
It's always something, and it's just like even with her dying, it's just like to be honest, you know, I'm still trying to deal with it 3 years later. And
it seems like it just happened.
It seems like it just happened. Yeah. Not even only that, it did after I did it there. So after then. The state ain't doing no good, ain't make the situation no better. Yeah, y'all got it.
That's all I want to ask.
Yeah.
They got him, you did trial and everything already or not yet?
Yeah, we done with all this.
How much time did he get?
Yeah, we gave him 20 years.
That's it?
And not even over that. And then, not even the state attorney, you would think the people, they were supposed to be for the family, but they're really not.
They're not. They work together. Yeah. They work. Yep. I learned that years ago.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not even on that, the state attorney had to get mad at me.
What?
She made me feel like Like me and my family one that done
Yeah,
killed
so y'all
somebody.
was good, yeah.
So I'm not the only, so they do.
They do that. They work together. Like you would think that the district attorney and I call them public pretenders.
That's what they.
Well, all of them work together. Like even though you would think that they're for opposite sides and they this and that, but they work together because at the end of the day they all go into each other's houses and all that. They work together.
And you know that's so sad. I feel like that's a disgrace to the family because we already going through the loss of our child, no matter what the situation is.
And then you basically rubbing it in
our
like
face,
putting salt on the wound, you know?
Cause they were like, because the thing about it, like I said too, when everything hit the thing, I'm not for sure was it the same situation like how my daughter's on, but you know, once your child gets killed, you know, automatically you go into the state attorney, you go speak with them up front, you get to talk with them and let them know what blah this father. When we first talked to this lady about Miss Havens, that's the state attorney name. And me and her dad told her plain and stay, do not come to us with no plea deals, because it was off the table. It was something that we did.
And you know he did it. It's not like a question or I think he did it. I know he did it.
Not even only that, I was the state #1 witness. Okay, so it's it's 1,000 of us in this house. So everybody gonna tell the same lie. So how are we gonna make all this up and the police pulling up at the same time? But you know what I'm saying?
And y'all told the police right away what happened. And
yeah. So I mean, like, I'm not getting this. Like, only thing that my only concern was for the kids. Because that was something I didn't want the kids to have to keep reliving over and
seeing it over and over, yeah.
And then my oldest granddaughter, she has a disability. So, and I knew they would have took that and ran circles around. Because she probably wasn't going to be able to say it and remember how it happened. Yeah. And then with her having disability, she could have blocked it out her head.
That would have messed up the case.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
That was the only thing that I didn't agree, the only reason why I
just went along with it, the 20 years.
But I just felt like, so when she did come to me with the plea deal, it was like, when I say I be having feelings about something, it never scares me wrong. When I seen that lady call me, I automatically knew what she was calling me for. I said, this lady called me for nothing. I bet you she finna tell me about a plea deal. And I'll be darn soon when I spoke with her, that's just what it was. First thing came out my mouth, DITCA, didn't I tell you I didn't want no degree, no plea deal? Yeah. I said, so why would you come to me at that deal? What is it that y'all finna tell me that's gonna make things any better than what it already is? Right. And then, so, when I finally discussed the plea deal with my family and everything, her daddy was like, no. I was like, no.
Yeah, y'all want to explain that.
My son was like, yeah, go ahead, Mom. You know, I just feel like, you know, you kill somebody, not only just a child, you kill somebody's sister, mother, daughter, granddaughter, auntie, all this right here. You killed, like, this girl was loved and had so much love and
so much to live for.
And so much to live. Not even only that, how could you do something like that when your own daddy would put you out? She brought you over there to us. How could you do this to somebody?
So is this that's the first time that you know that they got into it, or did they?
No. If you go back and look at the news, when I did my little interview on the news, you know, actually this was the third time. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, first time that incident happened in November.
The year before.
The year before.
2022.
January the 3rd, 2023, they had an incident. Follow me? He killed my daughter March the 9th, 2023. And it's just like, okay, I never knew what it was until I did my interview with Channel 9 with Shannon Butler. So she actually went down to the state attorney's office and found out and actually told me what had happened was the reason why they didn't press charges because my daughter didn't cooperate with the state.
Oh, the other times when it happened.
Yeah,
she could have pressed charges and they said you
now,
didn't.
I'm going to say this right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I really got to my thing that I really want to try to move forward and do for my daughter. I want to try to find a foundation, an organization,
yes.
Doing
for domestic violence for women, for young women and
and I just wish I could find the help and somebody that could help me and support with me, and we come together and do it together because it's so much of domestic violence is going on out here.
A lot.
We will thank God the homicide detective was like, oh my God, this could have been a whole massacre.
Yeah.
If this man would have did, you would have went.
And if you didn't go there when you did, what he would have done? He probably, we don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But if he could have done that, everybody was home.
Yeah.
No telling.
And that's the same thing. That's what the homicide detective said.
I didn't really think about that.
She was like, oh my God, it couldn't have been just her. This could have been a whole massacre.
Yeah.
Because while you're not knowing even, for you to even just bust in the room, not even knowing
that he did that,
he did that, and he could have shot you right then and there. And I was like I told, I would have gave a darn. I wish he would have asked before he even did that, So if you want to kill somebody, kill me and let my baby survive, because she has a lot to live for and all that there. And I never really ever thought about it, but really to this day, now that when she brought it to my attention, well, other people have brought it to my attention too. I've never really looked at it like that, like it could have all went to the left, because
no telling where he
was there.
Yeah, because if he's that bold to have done it, and everybody's in the car, in the house.
Yeah, because that's what because that's the way he actually, because the way when I went in the room, when I.
So you got to close the door back and then...
and then when I went in the room, he was standing, like this is her window, and she got a dresser right here, her bed right there. I don't pick up, he's standing by the dresser in between the wall and the window, and he just looking. So, not even knowing
what's in his mind, what
and he probably could have intended to shoot me too when I came there now. But when I jumped up and hit him and did all that,
he wasn't expecting that.
He wasn't expecting that and stuff or whatever. So that probably furthermore threw him off than anything.
Right.
So that's another thing. Like, what if they would have went to the left? What if this would have happened? Not even only that. And then when my goddaughter came back, I didn't never know that the bullet had went through the wall in the house, but she told me. So furthermore, they could have even got my grandson. I just think that, these women out here, speaking of the domestic violence, for me, a woman, I have endured domestic violence. My mom has endured domestic violence. My daughter endured domestic violence. And it was so prior to her leaving here. She died that Thursday. Tuesday, in that same week, me and my mom was talking to her
about domestic violence.
I told her in my mom's room, me and my mom was telling her, I was telling her about this one story that I had seen on the news. And the reason why, and I was telling her this story, for a reason.
Right.
So in the story, and I never forget, because then Shannon Butler was talking about the same story. Okay, so it was the story about, and I told her about the girl and the dude was together. I guess her mom, her sister, and kids was in the same household. So the girl and the dude broke up or whatever, and the dude was leaving. They made the dude leave. So prior to the dude getting his stuff taken, put the stuff in the car,
He came back.
never knowing, I guess the mom, everybody was comfortable thinking he was leaving or whatever, but never expecting for the dude to go back in the house and shoot them, kill the mother, the girlfriend.
Killed everyone in the house.
Yeah, and only the sister and the child survived. The only why the child survived was one of them he in the closet, but I think one of them got killed. And the sister, she got shot, but she was able to make it to the neighbor's house.
Where was that? In Florida here?
It was in Orlando.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am. And I was telling my daughter that story. And that story, it stuck with me for a reason, and the reason of me was telling her that was because, and the reason, furthermore, that I want to do this awareness for this domestic violence, because it don't only affect them, it affects everybody that you around.
Your community, but then the family members, everybody else that they leave behind.
Yeah,
it affects, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, and that is my main thing that I've been reaching out, doing it for, because for so long I've been saying that I was going to do this. I wanted to do a foundation for Sierra, or at least want to get, get a Sierra. I want to get something for her, a Sierra's Day or something, some awareness or something for her. A Sierra's law, period, really.
Yeah.
And the Sierra law will be pertaining to, and I know some might not agree with me, but I feel like I bet you it'll save a lot of women's lives, because the law would be, if the police, if the police are called to a domestic violence dispute, and if the police find fit to write a statement and take that person to jail for that statement, that should stand by itself. If the victim shows up or not, that statement that the police wrote should stand by itself. Because obviously the police seen fit when they took that person to jail. That's right. They wrote that statement.
And they know what happened. It's not like,
it
was a lie. It didn't really happen.
Exactly.
So it's like, why would...
And I think, and that's why, and that's what, I don't know, I've never heard nobody like that yet, but if it ain't, that's what I want this law to be, and I want that to be called the Sierra's law, because that's what they need to do, because the police found fit to take this man to jail both times.
Yeah.
Maybe the law was stood, my child is still
He'll be here.
And I'm pretty sure with a lot of other women and females too. Because they could go and then, we go and they would talk to them while they locked up, and, they telling us sweet nothings in their life.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then here we go, okay, well, we ain't gonna press charges, we're gonna drop charges. And then they,
and they have to realize that it happened 1, 2, 3 times. It's not going to stop.
It's not.
He's going to give you all these sweet things in your ear saying, I love you and this and that. It's not going to stop.
It's not. And I feel like, and then when you do get tired of it, then it might be too late.
Yeah, right. Because then when you actually want to go leave and be like, because that day you said that she went out, they both went out, and then she came back, and then he came back.
Yeah.
So they must have been arguing. I mean, they must have been talking. Maybe, like you say, he heard y'all talking.
Yeah.
And he said something.
The conversation must have had to come up while they were by themselves.
Yeah, that I'm leaving you or something.
Yeah.
Because how many minutes, like, after they got in the room that you heard the talk?
Probably,
less than 10 minutes?
It wasn't even, way less than 10 minutes.
Like 2 minutes?
It probably no more than 5 minutes. Yeah, so, obviously, the discussion had to come about.
In the car, they were outside,
They
spoke about it,
And, I mean, obviously, he must have that was his way to really confront her about it,
Right.
to take her away from the house.
Right. Because he didn't want people to know. So if they were arguing, nobody in the house would hear.
Right.
See what's going on.
So when that had to happen, and they had to left and came back, how it had to happen.
Right. Yeah.
Not even only that, furthermore, let me know that it had to be playing too with him because he's an alcoholic. He drank a lot. He's not even from, he's from Florida. He's from Buffalo, New York. He don't even know our neighborhood like that. So for him to even be able to shoot my daughter
And then leave after, like, where did he go? Yeah.
Because guess what he said? His family stayed out here too in Kissimmee.
That's what I want to ask about his family.
Yeah, they stayed out here too in Kissimmee.
And this happened where? In Point Siena?
This happened in Orlando.
Orlando, okay,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am. It happened in Orlando, and when he did it, he was able to get away. Cause like I said, when police were called and all that, they was there within a few minutes. So they had the ghetto version and the other police and helicopters, and then they had the dogs and stuff or whatever. And like I said, I think the whole situation is bad and messed up as a month for me to lose and lost my daughter. But I also try to look at the okay parts in it. I'm gonna say that, not the good and the bad, but the okay parts in it was that thank God they caught him the next day. Thank God he didn't kill my daughter, and we had to be out here looking for her. I think about
It's a lot more things that you think that could have been worse. Yeah, that could have been worse. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yes, I'm thankful for that there, him to get caught. Asked me, did it play out how I wanted it to play out?
Right.
No. Yeah, because I felt like this boy is 23 years old.
23?
Yes, ma'am. My daughter was 29. I was, yeah, he was young. He gonna be young when he get out. He's gonna have a whole life. Yeah, up for 20 years. And they already gave him 2 times. He already got 2 years in because when he started on his kind of
When it first.
Yeah, so
And he has to do 20 though, right? He can't get out before that.
he gonna get out before that.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good behavior.
Now I let there.
But I think he's gonna mess up while he's in it. Cause if he could, well, you know what? A lot of these men are cowards. I was gonna say he could go in there and then he could end up getting into fights and stuff. But they don't fight with men. They do it to women.
They do.
You know?
That
doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Not even only that. And when I did my victim impact statement with him, and one thing about me, I'm very blunt and direct what I say. And I don't care who it is.
What's your sign?
A Libra. And I'm gonna say what I want to say.
Yeah.
It might not come out in the best way.
I want to say it. Get off my chest.
That's it.
It is what it is.
And I'm gonna get it. My delivery can be really messed up sometimes.
Yeah.
But what I say, I mean, and I'm gonna stand on it.
Yeah.
And I didn't care about the judge being in there. I didn't care about the police being in there. I'm like, what are you here? They're the only thing saving you. Because, bitch, I want
justice.
And that's all I believe in.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna have it no other way. Because ain't no way in the hell you think you gonna take my daughter away from here and just think ain't nothing gonna happen. Now, I ain't gonna say it's gonna be me, she got a lot of people that love her. And you got to understand that. So you just got to be willing to accept whatever comes behind it. If it's gonna happen to you while you in there. How can you think you can take somebody's child away from them and people will be okay with it? Then not even only that, think about it. I was watching Fatal Attraction today before I was gonna come over. I was laying up and I'm thinking about, I was interview tonight and stuff or whatever. I'm watching Fatal. No, it was for my man. I take it back. It was for my man. And there was this episode on there where this dude had killed this dude. And
she helped him get away with it.
And but she wound up getting off though. She got 4 years and stuff. And the cousin of the dude that killed the dude, he told or whatever. But then the cousin ain't get that much time because he just only got for accessory. But the street justice. Because when that cousin got out, because the one they actually killed them got life. But when that cousin got out, they helped that cousin. The one who he shot son came back and killed him.
And that's the thing, it may not get you, but if you have kids, you have,
all that.
yeah, full circle.
Yes.
Like, karma
It's something else.
yeah.
And
it's a true thing. Karma don't play. Like, yeah.
I mean, and to be honest, I mean, a lot of people may not like think of it, but you know, I just feel like to know me is to love me too. That was my baby, and I've been through my fair share of grief and pain in life. Not only this with my daughter, just really add the icing on the cake. Like
to lose a child.
yeah,
people lose their parents and stuff. Losing your parents, especially if you're young, that's going to get you bad. But a child, you birth your child and you expect that your children are going to bury you.
right.
So when you have to bury them, and
That is a different type of hurt.
and some people only have that one child. Picture you have one child and only one child, and you can't have any more kids or whatever the case is.
Or just imagine just having losing your only 2 kids or
Anything, any child.
Any child.
It doesn't matter the amount, but it's just.
That is the worst.
That's why I thank God for like these groups and
I do too.
stuff like that.
That's why I try to get in them. I try to, like, they really have. I promise
help
you, they not even only that. Even with just getting my baby's story out, to put awareness out there,
because they need to know. The world needs to know who our kids are.
They do.
Like.
They're not gonna know if you don't say nothing.
Yeah, because you see them on the news for like probably a day or two, and then people, because how some people are close to them and they don't come around anymore.
Yeah.
But I think that's why with this podcast I decided, I'm a mother of a child that was murdered as well. So it's not just that, let me do a podcast and I don't really know what's going on. So I feel your pain, you feel my pain, and I needed that to. I want to
deal with your grief.
To get it out. Because some people, I would say go see a psychiatrist, stuff like that, but some people don't have the means to do that.
Yeah.
But as far as this, we could both talk together, we both,
and understand what each other's going. I think, like I said, I think this is a good way, and I definitely admire what you do, and it is a good thing. That's why I was like, I said the same thing. And that's what my therapist was saying. She was telling me, she like, well, maybe you need to try to look into doing advocacy.
Yeah.
Or trying to, figure out how you could go to the Congress and try to get this new law out for Sierra or something.
I have some people that I'll give you the information.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they're good with legislation. They know everything about those kind of things.
Oh,
so they're able to tell you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And then not even just like she was saying with, the advocacy, all that there, like that's how people, and I'm like, yeah, because honestly at first I was just it took me a while to even just get up and was like, okay, start reaching out. To
continue to live again.
Yes.
Because I don't care, like you just
I have my moments, I ain't gonna lie, I just don't feel like
you could lay in bed all day. Like I be telling people that it's different things. It make you lose. You forget stuff. Yeah. You may lose weight. You may gain weight. Like I always tell people, I put on almost 100 pounds after my son died because you stay in bed and you don't want to do anything. You stay there, but you eat. And my husband make sure I eat. But it's different ways to grieve. There's different ways. Yeah, but forget. I would never thought you would forget stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that is so true.
It's true, right?
Yes. Like I was just.
Mid-sentence, and you're like, what was I saying again?
Yeah, I was just doing it the other day. I was telling somebody something, and it was right on my tongue.
And you were like,
what was I saying?
People don't believe that. Yeah, I asked all my guests, and they all said yes.
Yes, it is
people
true.
Think we're playing.
Yeah, no.
Losing a child, people, is the worst thing. I'm looking in the camera right now. Please take care of your children while they're here. Tell them you love them. And everything, do not let them, you don't want to lose them to the streets. You don't want to lose them to someone that is jealous of them or someone that they're trying to leave them because of domestic violence and they're taken away from their family, such as Ciara. So please,
Yes, please.
it's the worst pain. It's
It
the
is.
worst, and you never get over it. Never.
And I noticed too, grief will hit you when you least expect. I'm gonna say this, cause like the other day I was in my car, I'm all happy-go-lucky. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to my music, I'm jamming. I go to Wawa, I go do what I need to do enough. I had to use the bathroom. For some reason, ever since my daughter died, somebody be having like the bubble gut so I oh my stomach messed with me so much or whatever. And I got back in the car, just from that little time you been in Wawa, my whole demeanor changed.
Because you was up here and
then next thing you know, I'm in the car. Now I'm driving, I'm thinking about Sierra, now I'm crying while I'm driving. That grief will hit you. When you least expect it, the moment like I done been in the tub crying, I'm in the bathroom, or I could just be like laughing and kicking because there's something on TV one minute, and next minute, she's like, I'm thinking about my baby. Like, oh God, that's the worst.
Because sometimes you hear a song or a TV show or something, or a movie that they love and you watch it and you want to watch it because you know they love it. But then it makes you cry because it's like, damn, she's trying to hear to see it.
I'll tell you one thing, and for anybody, like you said, boy, the memories are priceless.
Priceless.
They are priceless. Because if I would have known then what I know now, I would have made memories from beginning to the end.
Right.
Like,
and that's the thing, you never know. You never know that's the other day. Like, like my son, he went out to come back and he never came back. Like 20 minutes after he left, he was killed. And, they tell you, well, I'll be back and stuff. It's like, you never know. Always tell your kids, not only tell them you love them, but show them. Show them, like, they need to know. And like I was saying before, like,
You added your son's story on Facebook the other day, didn't you?
Yeah.
The people that killed him?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Ex-girlfriend and current boyfriend. They said
so have they?
They got arrested the next day. The guy got 27 years, and she only did like 6 years until she testified against him. But it wouldn't happen without her because that was his ex-girlfriend. My son didn't know the boyfriend.
But so against it. You know what? It is so crazy. So did they ever reach out to you? I have a lot of people asking me that about my daughter's family.
And I wouldn't want to say. And it's so crazy that after the trial was done and they got served and stuff, the guy is Spanish. I think he's from Puerto Rico. Doesn't speak a lick of English. And his family, I think that was his mother and maybe his stepfather or father. I hugged her and the prosecutor and them, they was like, Mrs. Jackson, you're an amazing woman. Like, it was like, I don't know if I would have been able to do it. I said, yeah, that's his mother, but she didn't do it, And it's like, it's hard. Some people, because you gave birth to that guy, for that killer. But I saw in her eyes, like, she looked so timid. I just felt, I don't know.
So your situation, so y'all really had y'all did a whole trial. How long did it happen? That was the trial.
The whole trial was like, it took like about 8 months before, so like 2017 and 2018. So it took about 8 months, and then after the 8 months, and what's crazy that they had her, that's before she was actually, I can't remember, but we were in a room in the back, and I had to speak to my the victim advocate, and I saw her sitting there. My mother and I was there. I was like, I gotta say something to her. My mother was like, no. So I went up to her. I was like, why you didn't warn him? And she was like, I didn't know. But I'm saying to myself, I think she's the one that shot him in the heart because that's how he ended up dying. But a long story. That'll be in my book. I have to make a book. Like, I've been doing it for the last 3 years, and I started. And I have so many different things.
I said the same thing too. I'm like,
it's good to have.
I want to
Especially your story, because my son, he was 27 when he died, and his ex-girlfriend. There's a lot of women set guys up. A lot of women. But domestic violence, these young girls need to know. When you get with a guy and he become abusive, do not stay with him. I don't care what you
it's gonna start off with the yelling.
Putting you down,
talking bad about you. Then God forbid if you got insecurities about you and he know about it, he gonna definitely feel that with that,
and then
put
his hands on you. And what do you think is gonna happen after that? It's gonna escalate. It's not gonna get better.
Right, and I just think that I just want to be able to save somebody else's family from having to go through this and
save another life, like
because this right here ain't this is not no, and not even just only, and not in the situations, men are getting so bold and so evil. They're not just killing the girl, they killing the child and whoever around her and all that there. And it's just like, and even with my story,
evil people.
It could have all went to the left that night too. But I thank you, Jesus, that it didn't, because, you know, I went in when I did, and I'm kind of glad I did, because if not, it could have went out to the left.
Because the fact that he didn't leave, like, go out the window and leave, because that's probably what I would have done.
Yeah,
you don't know. You don't know what he was going to do. He probably was going to come out there.
And he could have went through the window because he was right there by the window.
Yeah, maybe he was planning to. And then you came in.
Yeah, because when he heard me saying it, he could have went through the window then.
Yeah.
Because he should have known eventually.
You're going to open the door and
So it was just like, you didn't care. Like, what the hell you did to somebody child, and you had the dance to stay there, and
because someone doesn't want to be with you. You know how many people there are in the world? You could get with somebody else. Like, come on.
Not even only that, not even on that, add insult to injury. And you tried to get a bun here. You tried to get a bun. Then you tried to do a stand your ground.
Stand your ground? What is that? Really?
How you gonna do a stand your ground at her house?
Her house, and you had the weapon. She didn't have it. I don't understand.
I was like, and the state attorney wonder.
They was trying everything to get them off.
And the state attorney wonder why I stayed cussing them out. Like, is y'all playing with me right now? Is my daughter death is a joke to y'all?
Right.
Or to him?
Right.
So, not even only that. And then when he did the bond here, for him to stand up in the courtroom and tell them that he wasn't even staying with us when he knew damn well he was.
How long was he staying with you guys?
He stayed up for a few months. Because his daddy didn't want him there. And my daughter has a soft heart for people. And they don't say, so I just like adding insult to injury.
Yeah.
But not even only that though, and another thing too, Mr. I'm gonna say this too, because not even only that, just imagine he's somewhere and he almost lost his life too, because he OD'd off of fentanyl. I asked me that same thing I should have said. He's in my daughter's car in the yard. My daughter thought he was asleep. She didn't know. Yeah, so she come to the house. She like, Mom, she like, Mom, I'm about to meet him out there in the car or whatever, you know, because he won't get up. So, you know me, I'm like, girl, I thought like me, let me in that car like that. I wished I would have left a little.
And when was that? How many months or years? Like, how long before?
He did that, probably like, if I would need a whole good 6 months later, I think he did that to my daughter. And so she was like, she said that, and the thing about it was, come to find out, when we finally went back out there to go help the F boy, when we went back out there to go help him, and we was on the phone with 911, and I went, this boy was literally dead for a minute from that fentanyl. And yeah, I had to bring that up too in the courthouse too. When I did my big impact statement, I said, yeah, I said,
help him, and look, he ended up taking your daughter.
yeah, I said that. I said, dang. I said, this is the thing me and if my daughter get for him to save your life and you take her life. The judge couldn't know, she was just looking, she couldn't ever hold her head down like, damn, that's deep, for real. And it was. And then we in here, and he laughing.
He's laughing.
Yeah, he laughing when I was doing my thing in that statement. My son, by my dad, so my son helped me walk up there. So my youngest son, he stand up there. So the way, you know, when you did in that statement, you did one too, right? So, and you know, they don't want you looking at them. They want you, why? I thought we supposed to be addressing them, but hey, I'm glad I probably wasn't looking at him, because I probably would have seen him. I probably would have
jumped over there. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So, you know,
no remorse, nothing.
No. You know, last night he said, before we go further, I didn't even know they had a motherfucker to say so, to be honest. Cause it didn't even fucking matter to me.
Right.
If you want to apologize. So, and he was like, only him and God knows what happened in the room. I said, God, I'll come out and strike you.
And he only shot her one time?
Only shot her one time.
What? Where?
And it went in her left chest and came out, traveled, the internal bleeding, and it killed her, and it came out her right side of her back, and it went through the wall. And then the crazy thing about it, you know, my daughter had just went and got the girl's gun. So it went through the silicone and all that there. And after my daughter, I actually, not too long ago, just got her medical exam pictures. The medical examiner in the hospital and stuff, you know. And when I asked for it, after we did the plea deal, the state attorney asked me, she was like, you know, once everything was done over and we were leaving and we were going over there, she asked me, she was like,
you sure you want those pictures?
That was she said, just what she said. She said, you sure you want to look at these pictures? I said, it can't be no motherfucker, excuse my language. I said, it can't be no more worse than me already losing her. And when I see the pictures, yeah, that was a sight to see. And I, you know, the reason why I got the pictures, because I thought it would help me accept it for the fact that she was gone. Yeah. But I don't know. I still got them, I still look at them, it's still like, I hope one day she'll come. I'm glad I just joined all these support groups to help and stuff, because I think this would definitely help me now that I'm more, you know, dealing with other people that, because you're trying to deal with people that actually ain't been there, they don't know what to do. Yeah. But they actually get support and know and speak with other families and stuff. That's why when I came in, I see them like,
all our babies.
Yeah. I love, this is a good thing, especially like that. It's so cute.
Thank you.
I'm behind. I just only got pictures. I gotta step up, whatever. But it's just like, I keep getting pictures and all type of pictures later. It's just like helping keep their memory alive. And that's what even made me get up and start, you know, I reached out to you and all that there.
And I appreciate it. It was so nice meeting you.
Yes. I said, I got to get her story out here. Because I really do want
everybody should know.
Yes, because to be aware of how severe domestic violence is.
That, and then also to know who your daughter is, like as far as, you know, people need to know her story.
Because she was just like, she was important, just like anybody else that's in a situation like that.
All of our children.
Just like your son, he was important, and all of them like, and just because they're
angels.
And they need to be recognized and be known, because if we don't speak on them, ain't nobody else gonna do it.
Yeah.
And when it comes to mine,
all the time.
Loud.
Every chance you get.
Every chance I get.
Yeah.
See her, anything about posting about her, say anything about her, whatever it is about her.
Exactly.
I'm out for it. Now that what you just did on your thing, I got to go share that.
Exactly.
Because I need people to make sure they watch that. All of that, I'm out for it. It makes me feel better. It also makes you feel like, you know, that the child is being recognized.
That's right.
And they're not, just because they're gone, they're not forgotten.
Never.
And that's the main thing, like keeping them alive and stuff. I just went off on her dad the other day. And I was like, I said, you said that goes on to you. Do you not miss your daughter? You don't acknowledge her, you don't say nothing. Like, even with the stuff that I've been doing, trying to put our daughter out there, you ain't backing me up or sharing it or none of that. Oh, well, cause you know, I said, you did the same thing when she died. You put work in.
Some people they react different ways.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least if you're doing, he should at least try and have your back.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's what I do. Not even on that. The mom already seen got the kids, seeing about the kids.
Yeah. And
stuff or whatever. Like to the point, like man, I got a whole GoFundMe up trying to help support these kids. Because I'm not in a situation I can't work like I want to because of my leg. Right. So it's just like you're not being the person to help me with our kids. And our daughter is in right now depending on us to take care of her babies while she's gone. Right. And I can't, because I got my daughter cremated, so I got her look.
My son too, he's on top there.
Oh, hey. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my daughter, she at home and she right there when you come down, like, anytime about y'all better speak to Sierra. Right. She right there, you better say, hey.
Hey, yeah.
Don't you even come in here and don't speak to her.
That's right.
Oh, that is cute. I thought that what made you decide to get your baby cremated?
I don't know, cause I always wanted to get cremated myself. I just look at it like once you're under the ground and you have all these insects and stuff all over you. I was like, I'd rather the cremate. At least he'll always be with me, like he's right there.
That's the thing. Like once again, that goes back like to the movie. Like also with my daughter's funeral. Oh my God! Like I said, it was just so much. I paid $20,000 for my baby girl.
$20,000.
Yeah. I went above and beyond for her. You know, she got the wrap casket and all that.
Oh, she.
And you know,
she's fancy, huh?
We doing the horse and carriage.
Oh,
and doing the doves and all that there.
Okay, I understand now then. Okay.
But didn't get all that done. I mean, her casket was wrapped. And you know, she looked cute in the casket and stuff, but we didn't do the doves or horse and carriage or whatever. And the dude at the funeral home felt like, I guess he felt like he don't owe me my money, half of my money back for what we paid for. Like,
but if you paid for certain service and you didn't get it,
yeah, and he still ain't good. And not to mention the dude was on the news already.
He's a crook.
He's a crook. But now I just found out that he's in Sanford now. In the scheme of somebody. But I said I would call them bureau people or something.
Something.
Yeah. Now he really get out here. You playing out with people's emotion and intelligence and stuff because I know we was going to have a burial for Sierra. And when I found out how much the burial was, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't know I had to do all that there too. She ain't got no insurance. And it's like,
so the casket you paid for, they had her like her picture and all that on the casket. So what happened to the casket? Because they didn't burn it. What happens? What did they do with it?
I don't know what they did with it. That's the crazy thing about it. And that was why her dad made a big deal about it too. Her dad was like, when me and the funeral home dude was talking about, you know, the options between burial and cremation and stuff. After I thought about it, and to be honest, I never even thought about cremation. No, that was not for me, my mom, nobody. Until we actually sat down and we talked about that.
And price, and you're like, oh.
Yeah. And I was like, I seen that. But then, not even only that, I thought about, he made sense of it because he was like, if y'all move, at least you could move and you got to worry about leaving her behind because, and that is true. Because everywhere, everything I do, like we had like the, little kickbacks and stuff for her anniversary or her birthday, and I'm gonna get an Airbnb or something or whatever. Right. I'll bring her right along with us. Right. If I go anywhere, we gonna be gone from home, I'm taking her right along with us. Yeah. Or whatever. So once I thought about it, it made a lot of sense. Get cremated, so like, get cremated too, be right with my baby. So, we go or whatever, and I feel like it's so much, it's to me, it's better than going to a cemetery. Right. And you have them right there with you.
Yeah. And then him and I, we spoke about traveling the world together. So I went to Jamaica since he passed away, and so whenever I do travel, well, I haven't traveled for the last few years. Because I have 6 kids. Well, I have 5 now, but I always say I have 6.
Yeah.
And my youngest is 21. So I was waiting for him to grow up, and then I was like, nah, I could travel.
Right.
So like wherever I go, like if I go to different countries, whatever, I want to take a little bit of him and put in the water and stuff. So at least he can travel the world with me, really, literally. Yeah. That's another reason.
This other lady that I met, she do the same thing. Like in her situation, her daughter committed suicide. Her daughter killed herself for whatever reason. And I know she's been traveling a lot of places. And she got her daughter, not even only that, she got her daughter cremated. And she was able to be there when her daughter got cremated. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't either. I don't know. Now that part, I don't know if I could have just actually sat there and watched that part. Yeah. Because she actually showed, like, she shared her on Facebook. And I mean, and that's why to the point, like, I showed my baby in her casket. Yeah. A lot of people be like, oh, Mom, why you get the Oklahoma? Why you did
I have pictures of my son, but I haven't done it yet. Like, when I do the book, I might put that, but, like, I can't put it on Facebook because certain, like his father and his godmother, like certain people, they wouldn't want to see it. Like, they would feel some type of way. But not only that, it's like, some people, when it comes to death, so I don't want to disrespect or make anybody feel any way. Yeah. But, like, in a book, I could do it then,
That's what I told, that's why I was telling them. They was like, oh, Mom, why you did it? I'm like,
you have the right to, that's your child. If you want to do
I said, that's what I said. I said, this, my thing gonna do it. Yeah. And I could do, and I'm at the point now, I'm comfortable with sharing her last moment. Yeah. And that was her last moment. Yeah. Her whole funeral video is on YouTube. If I had a problem,
I watch it.
I'll watch it. Okay. If I had a problem with it, I would told them when I found out, do not put it on there. I don't have a problem. I want people to actually see her for what it's worth. Now,
and what could happen to their children.
And what could happen to their children.
Yeah.
It's just a feeling that I just would never want nobody, family, to ever have to endure experience. And I just want these young ladies to know it don't only just be y'all. It could be, you could be putting everybody at risk, your kids, your family.
And that's a new trend now. When you look at YouTube, you see the women getting killed, but their kids too are getting killed. Yeah. It's not just them.
It's just not them.
And that's messed up. So why kill the kids? Why kill anyone but the kids? They should have a right to get older.
Like,
come on,
did you hear, like recently, I think it was like, it was last month, matter of fact, about the dude was chasing the girlfriend, the baby mama, down the street and couldn't get her.
Oh yeah, when the fire killed the two kids and himself, yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
why would you say kill yourself? Like, what did he?
And she probably wasn't even thinking that he gonna do that. She probably thought it was just her.
Yeah.
But he did that to send a message to her, so she could suffer for the rest of her life.
And that's what I said.
These people.
That's the worst thing you can do.
He didn't have to do that.
That now, not
and he's a coward because then he killed himself.
Yeah, not even only that. See, something like that. Now, I probably would lose my sanity and my mind. That probably would make me go crazy. I'm not even going to lie because knowing he was after me, and then turned around and went and took it out on.
And the kids were young. They were like 2 and 3 or 2 and 4 or something.
Yeah,
they were toddlers. They were 2 and 3.
They were babies.
Yeah.
And that's
you didn't have to do that.
That's another thing too. Like I have to I definitely want to actually put a story out and even like to a book, like you, I even thought about doing a book. You know, I even wish I could wait. I could even like go back to, I could reach out to Netflix, fatal attraction somewhere, and even like just do her story like that. Like that's just how real and how determined I am to put it out there and
get her story out there to the world, to everyone,
to everybody,
not just in this area.
Yes, everybody to know the severity of it. Yes, she didn't think that's what was going on. Yes, he texted her. She went in there and probably thinking, ain't knowing that her life gonna be over.
I mean, you would never think that. In a million years, you just thought, okay, they're going back in the room, okay, whatever.
Yeah. And it's so crazy. And I say this, and I say this, and I say this. I always knew one minute you could be here, next minute be gone. But
not like that.
Not like that. When I say that would ever mess me up in my mind and in my head to know, like, not knowing when my daughter came in there and went in that room.
That was the last time you would see her alive when she.
Yeah. Even like the same thing like you were just saying too about your son. He's not knowing that will be.
Mommy, I'll be back. And we always told each other we loved each other. Like whether it's on the phone, face to face, text. And I didn't tell him. He didn't tell me that day.
Oh.
We didn't tell each other. And that was the last. Never seen him again. Yeah.
It is so.
That's crazy.
And people, I see this thing on Facebook, and they said, if you had one thing you could say to your child, if your child came back, what would you say? I said, why not be just one? I got a lot of things I would say to Sierra if she come back. First of all, I definitely let her know how much I love her, miss her, and why she listen to me. You do it, why can't you do it? I told you,
it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Cause like I used to always teach my kids like about. I always tell them as far as when you're in a car or you know, you see these things that you're going, a child or somebody's going to Target and they're not paying attention, they're on the phone, and then when they go to their car, somebody's right behind them.
Yeah.
So I always say, be aware of your surroundings. As soon as you get in the car, lock the door. But that day, he didn't lock the door because a guy got in behind him. Like, he had my truck, so it was a 3 rows, and he didn't lock it. So it's like I'm mad at my son the way he lost his life, which is crazy because he lost his life. Well, I'm mad at him because that's how he lost his life.
Baby.
But it's like so many things that like I'm so mad at him that
it's like you mad.
And sometimes the madness inside, like me being upset, makes me not grieve like I should, which. I think it's kind of okay, but then it's not, you know, because, but it's not really taking a toll on me like me being upset.
It's just like you just,
I'm so, and I love him and I miss him so much. Yeah, it's just the way he lost his life. I'm like, you know, like trusting girls, and he used to love the women. Like that's what took him out. Like, just leave these women. If somebody's an ex, it's for a reason, right? Leave them alone, and that's it.
And she's the reason why he's not. And that's okay. So, so I mean, as far as like with her. She haven't said nothing. She haven't reached out nothing.
She got out October of last year. I haven't spoken to her. I'm not reaching out to her. So
you should. I mean, your child.
I don't know what to say. Like I don't.
You know, a lot of people ask me that too about my daughter and his family. And like I said, I'm from a different breed. Because I feel like me personally, if my son, I have 2 sons. If any one of my sons, first of all, they kill a female woman, whatever, they kill anybody, period. You know, that's not gonna fly right with me. Don't come thinking I'm gonna hide you and move you and all that there. But if anything was to happen, out of my, you know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, I am gonna let my son them know how I feel about it. I'm let them know it ain't right. And then, God forbid they kill somebody. I would reach out to the family and be like, you know, I'm sorry. It's up to them whether they forgive me or they accept it or not. But, you know, at least I would show my compassion.
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
And show my
I remember when my son was younger, about 10, 11, 12, around that age group. I was like, you know, if you was to murder somebody, I will probably more forgive you than, I was like, if you was to rape somebody, that's definitely the R word. It's no need to do that. Nobody should. So I was like, I would never forgive you if you did something like that. But like, if sometimes, cause somebody you might case someone, take someone's life, and it could be because they're threatening you or your family
you
or
you never
know.
The situation
Exactly.
might be.
You know, but I would still talk about it, and you know, and I wouldn't. If it was he just killed somebody like that, I probably would turn him in. But it's just when stuff like that happens, you don't know how you're gonna ask. You don't know.
That's why I told him.
I
Now if you did, now if you just going to kill somebody, just be doing. I said, now don't come around me.
Yeah, right.
I said, but if it's for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Now let me know if I will get
so
my.
they threatening your life or your family's life.
Let me know if I will get my gun too. Now, and we just gonna have a shootout. You know it. That ain't no crime. I thought you must protect your family.
Right.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, even in my daughter's situation, because, you know, even in her situation now, and it's okay because my oldest son, you know, he's in the streets. I was sitting, you should know when I said he's in the streets. He's in the streets, so, you know, he's not going to play no games.
Right.
So, the crazy thing about it, my son had been away from us for a couple of months. And but you know, I been started this particular night. My daughter got killed. My son was having a pass through where we stayed.
The same night.
This same night. Now, need not to mention that he ain't been around us in a few months. But he was going somewhere else and they were passing through where we stayed.
That's before it happened or after?
It was after that.
Oh, for real?
So, and my son was like, Dad, the police is like they going to my mama's house.
So he had called you or he stopped?
He stopped. He came up when he seen the police going, because he said he was double checking. He like, cause they like the police going.
So you passing by and you see
yeah. So he was like, him and his cousin look out there like, let's around over here and make sure, yeah. So he never would have known that his intuition,
big sister.
It was his big sister. So now him and my youngest daughter. Now when the police came, they made us go outside, and while they ended up with my daughter in the room and stuff or whatever. So my youngest daughter and my son, I ain't going, but they on the phone. All I just see is she gets on the phone, but not knowing her and my son out there talking. My oldest son. See, they got the streets and everything blocked out, so can't nobody come
Pass,
out.
and then they have the
and they was like, my oldest son, the one that told us that news people was out there. See, my other son, he's very quiet and laid back and chill person. So you don't be wanting all that. And then plus, you know, he living in the street life and all that. So you don't be wanting all that attention and all that stuff. So he like, Mom, tell those people they can leave. And I'm like, boy, I can't tell them nothing. I said, I can't even walk out the tours as soon as you say it. But him and my daughter is on the phone and they texting, not knowing they get the dude address. See, now my oldest daughter, she was smart. Whatever reason she had that boy information in her phone, it was meant for her to have it in her phone.
Because that was his family, right? Kissimmee?
Yep. And my son them, they went over there to their house. But the crazy thing about it, and I'm glad that it played out the way it did, because if my son, them would have caught him when they did, they would have got arrested because SWAT team was coming in too at the same time.
So it was good.
Yeah. So that's why I said, I looked at it like, you can't do things to people and then don't think it ain't gonna be this. Just like how you're not even on that, do you not know you got a child, you got a daughter, you got a mama, and all this right here and stuff.
You can't do stuff. You can't take somebody's life and just live your life like nothing happened.
Yeah. I just don't understand, like, why would they even do stuff like that? Like, I'm not. And then and some of them just be out here. It's one thing when they do it, but it's another thing when you playing up under a person, like, oh, I didn't do all this. That would piss me off about him in the whole situation of what happened with my daughter. Because, well, you know what you did. You and my daughter was the only one in that room together.
And plus you saw it. And I seen that. That's why another reason why also too I made a single turn too. Because now you making me seem like, girl, you ain't believing what I'm saying or whatever like that. You told her what you saw.
And I told her everything because, like I said, I was the state number one witness because everything happened first and all that done. I told them everything. And then even like it's so crazy because the night that it happened, I watch TV so much, especially like first 48, all that stuff, all this. I ain't even thinking about these people when we standing out there. Like, what the fuck? Excuse my name, but what the heck is the hold up? Like, what's going on? They already going riding the ambulance.
Yeah, that's bad enough.
That's bad enough.
Yeah. They could have let you go.
Not even on that. So then when I say act and social injury, so when the daddy pull up, the daddy like, go ask the police, we want to know what's going on with our daughter. Cause I'm emotional. I can barely talk, but so.
He lives with you or?
The daddy?
Yeah. Yelling.
But so he came up and asked, he had just got from work. So the police told him, the police told him, they had to rush her. This is another thing too, what was missing about my daughter's situation. They told us that they rushed her to ORC because they had the best trauma unit. Come and find out that's not where she was.
For real?
She was right in Winter Park at Amanda's house.
That's crazy.
Yeah. See, then see, not see, now you say my baby, it's not my baby death was made out of a mockery because first of all, they didn't let me ride to the ambulance.
That's number one.
That's number one. Number two, because that night when it happened also, y'all told us that my baby, they rushed her to ORC because they got the best trauma unit and they were rushing her to surgery. So y'all gave me false hopes that my baby might be alive. Me and my mom.
So y'all ended up going to that hospital?
No, we didn't go. We didn't even get to go to the hospital. Not at all. They didn't let us go.
So they had you blocked in, right? Like
yeah, and then plus, not even knowing, they had me out there waiting. My baby must have already died because they had me waiting out there for the homicide. The detectives. So me and my mom, not knowing this, now when they say they rushed her to ORC because they got the bitch trauma unit, she was in surgery. Now me and my mom, we
praying like
we praying, we making it like a situation. Hopefully now she'll learn her lesson from this, and then she'll leave him alone and she won't do. She'll
not
do
knowing that.
Not knowing she was already
gone.
She was already gone. So then that's when the homicide detectives probably came. And the crazy thing about it, They told me who they was, but I don't know. I can't.
You can't remember what
I
they
can't-
said.
I can't
what their
remember.
name was.
I can't remember right now to this day. They even said they was a homicide detective. You know, because when I got in the truck with them, I went to talking. You know, we went to talking. They asked me what had not happened. I told them everything had not happened. They pulled up a picture of him off of Facebook. I was like, yeah, that's that. Yeah, that's him right there. You know, and then we were talking, and I was telling
33 years old.
and yeah, and I'm talking to them, and then they said, you know, in the then she was like, do you have anything else? You like to ask them and stuff and all that there. And when she said that, I was like, yes, I said, I wanna how my baby doing, and can I go see my baby? And sorry, all I heard, and you know the crazy thing about it, and then on the news, I heard one of the neighbors saying that all they heard was a loud screams and stuff, but yeah, but
That was you? That's right.
yep, because all I heard when I told her that, and she was like, "I'm sorry," that's all I heard. I'm sorry, and I jumped out that truck and just hit that ground. And she was like, "Oh," and they just got out, and everybody just like, I was just on that ground, just on that ground. I was not ready for that though. That was.
Yeah, so your mind, you thinking that they're operating, that she'll be
Yeah.
okay, and
That was.
it punctured her lungs, right?
Yeah.
When it went.
It
Internal bleeding.
It punctured her lungs and her heart too.
Her heart.
Yep, something like. And
Yeah.
the little, and it was a little good, and I be seeing these stories. About people.
Sometimes those little guns are, they powerful, they more deadly.
Yeah.
Sometimes
And then like you look at the autopsy picture, you gotta look real close to even see where the bullet went in.
and did that much damage.
And did that much damage. And on the autopsy, on the pictures I got from the medical examiner, you got the lungs, you got the heart, you got pictures of that right where it punched her and all that stuff. I wasn't expecting to see all that, but it had all of it. You know, I'm like, because you know, it gave me the dick, so I'm watching it on. I'm like, but dang, that's what they did. But not even just only that, just man, right now to this day, I suffer from PTSD and real bad anxiety because of what happened prior to that night with my daughter. Because sometimes I used to drink so much, I definitely have to go to sleep. I drink.
Take your mind off the thing.
Yeah, and I drink until I be so
Pass out.
yeah, I pass out and stuff or whatever. Because sometimes I found myself, I wake up out my sleep, and then it's like I'm either reliving.
That's what I was gonna ask if you dream about it and sometimes.
Yeah, I do. It's like in the beginning it was, but then it subsided a little bit, but then it's like it started to come back now.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
And that,
Unfortunately.
that's
It's what happens for the rest of your life. It's gonna come and go, come and go. Cause it's stuff that I don't even think of, and I dream. I don't even think of it, and it comes. I haven't dreamt my son yet. Like I had dreams that almost like he was here, like premonition. You saw that premonition, and our husband was supposed to have died, but she kept having dreams that he's here, but then he's dead. So I keep having those dreams, almost like my son is still here, and then I get a phone call, or the detectives will come and tell me that he passed away, like how it happened. But
yeah.
I haven't had a dream with him yet, per se, like coming to me saying, "Mommy, I'm sorry," or "Mommy, this is what happened," or "Mommy," like he hasn't come to me yet. Almost 10 years.
That's what somebody said I think I said on one of these other groups I've been into, somebody mentioned it, how would you handle that? Me personally, I would just say, I would just want her to give me head so she don't scare me. Cause just don't scare me. But I do like people be saying they be having dreams and they talk to them and all that.
Yeah, like that, yeah. But I haven't had a dream like that, not with him.
I'm just scared, like, if I talk to her, I think it would probably hurt me more because then she have to leave. So I'm like, you know, try to make sense of how that works. Right. You know, but you say
dreams are weird. It's strange.
Yeah. But I did like, it's like I didn't know exactly that something bad was gonna happen. Well, I ain't gonna say, excuse me, I ain't gonna say I didn't know. I didn't know that it was gonna be that severe, that it was gonna be in depth. I felt it like I just knew something was gonna happen. But, you know, I just never knew that my daughter, it was gonna be her, like, of domestic violence or anything like that. So that's why I definitely want to take the time out to definitely share her story and try to get it out there and just try to find ways where I can at least start, you know, or get information where I can start, like maybe or
the foundation and stuff.
Foundation.
And then even if you could probably go to schools or go somewhere with young ladies and tell them her story and stuff like that. Yeah.
And I could that definitely because I think a lot of them do because they started out young, like
12, 13, 14, 15.
Yeah, I was watching the story on Lifetime, and you know the little girl and boy they were just in high school. The boy was beating on the girl like what the. Yeah,
I wonder with these, like, do they see their fathers, do they witness their fathers doing this to their mothers, or is it just something, because me personally, if I was a guy and my father was doing it to my mother, I would probably hate my father. I wouldn't do the same thing. I would be the opposite. I would do the opposite, but I don't know. Those things, I think sometimes it runs in, like, you see it and you mimic it. You do the same thing.
Like, where do they get it?
That's what I'm wondering. Like,
because I don't think, like,
they hit on a woman, somebody that, your mother is a woman, she gave birth to you, why would you do that to another woman?
You can't just grow up and just say, I want to beat on women.
And then, like we said before, with a guy, you wouldn't even do that.
Yeah.
And you'd be scared to fight a guy where you wouldn't put your hands on women. What kind of crap is that?
My oldest son, daddy, beat me so bad. This scar got on my face, it'll come to mind when he burnt me with a cigarette. Then when he beat me so bad, he beat me while I'm pregnant with my oldest son. You know, I'm talking about, he beat me bad, and then like to the point, I done been in the hospital, I almost lost my life with my life support and all that good. Not knock on wood, thank you Jesus. God saved me from that there. That's why, another reason why the story, you know, I was saved, but unfortunately, my daughter couldn't be saved. So, furthermore, which let me know I definitely need to go hard about this domestic violence and the severity.
Teach others,
save others. Save them, because not even only that, it's just what they got, like I said, they have to understand that it's not just only
1 or 2 time thing.
No.
Continuous. And you know, we can't save everyone. You're probably 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
You probably, like, 7 out of 10 probably will be like, well, I love him, so I'm going to stay with him. But the 3, if you could get those 3 people to be like, you know,
that would mean so much to me.
Yep.
I would feel like, yes, Sierra, Mama made a breakthrough.
Yep. Yep.
You know, because I don't want nobody else to lose their child.
We now have a story to tell.
Yes.
And we have, I think it's almost like a purpose that we have now to try and save others, you know, and teach them the right way, the wrong way, and, you know.
Yes. Because I just think, like, too, it's just, even just dealing, even like with your son purpose, you know, even though it wasn't domestic violence, but still, it has
by a hand of somebody that was supposed to love him.
Yep, somebody, right,
You know,
somebody love a woman, and which ended up to his death.
Yeah.
Get stuff like that, it needs to be aware, because people need to understand, like, sometimes, like you said, exes are exes
For a reason, right.
Leave that ex alone. Let that ex stay be an ex, because obviously it was the reason why.
Because sometimes they probably might want to get back with you, but not because they love you so much.
Not for the right
to
reason.
get back, to get back at you for what you did or whatever the case is.
And that there is also true. You know, like I learned something, you know, with your baby, you know, in his situation. So then with my baby and her situation, there's so many more other people in their situation.
We have millions of our kids that are now gone from gun violence.
And you know, and my thing, and this is another thing I always say. I say, it's one thing if I would have lost my daughter to the illness.
Even though maybe even a car accident.
I'm going to say
like
that a car accident.
But
somebody else to take my daughter away from here.
And someone that she did so much for to help. And look what he ended up. The thank you he gave her. You know?
It's just like, who the hell made you be God and judge and say when it was time for my baby to leave here?
That's right.
And it's just like, your baby, my baby, all the other babies in these gun violence situations.
Well, look how many, I have like 14 up there now. And I have like, for the end of the month, I have like another 3 more that I didn't get their picture yet.
I see the girl right here.
Liana. Yeah. You, Tawana Span, she does, you could speak to her. She's supposed to do something for my son too, but it's a video that she had that was told her story. So
I didn't get to see it.
I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, cause I see.
Tawana Span.
When I seen it, I said, that girl look familiar. I seen her on something else.
And this guy, Qvarius McLeod, his mother looks just like your daughter. I gotta show you. She looks just like your daughter. Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep. After the interview, I'm gonna. Matter of fact, we're gonna wrap up just now.
Okay.
But I think all right. Anything else you want to say before?
I just would love for everybody. I just want parents, mothers to know, love on your kids while they're